Hey everyone, welcome to the Madness Collective. I'm Crescent. My co-host is Antoine.
What's up?
And we recapped the headlines, and we both recovering from Antoine's birthday party that was last weekend.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh my God.
Niggas is tired. Niggas is tired. Oh Jesus. I got back last night, so
I got back Monday night, and the way my family get down, basically we were at a hotel, and it's like it's vacation. I'm like, why do I have a Truly in my hand at 10:30 a.m.? Like it was just drinking for 3 days.
Hi, Colum. Yes, happy belated. Yeah, I know, very belated. But yeah, we had a good time. We're gonna try not to talk too much about the party and actually stick to these headlines because I'm trying to keep us to an hour again. Because it took forever for me to get adjusted to the time change. And then of course I got back here and now my body clock is East Coast time. So it's 3 hours ahead for me. Anyway, tonight, Jerrod Carmichael went on the Breakfast Club to explain himself. Whatever. The great rap beef of 2024 continues, and Ricky Rozay has entered the chat. Good stuff. What's up, Dion? Some true hip hop legends joined the 2024 National Recording Registry. And in women's basketball, turns out Gayle King was rooting for Iowa. Girl, bye. Anyway, also, and to those who apparently did not know or care beforehand, yes, WNBA players don't make a lot of money. Okay, just relatively like comparison to the NBA players, they make peanuts. Anyway, and apparently this was news for some people. Last, they managed to pick 7 jurors for Trump's election interference trial. Only 11 more to go. But and hey, Neff's in the chat. I already said hi, Dion. So first, though, in breaking news that is like super positive, Ashanti and Nelly are expecting and they are engaged. Go Ashanti. I'm happy for her. Nelly, whatever.
Yeah, I was a little upset. I didn't know about the ring at first, because Crescent can attest to this. I get a text from on the thread with her and Danielle, and it's like, oh, Nelly and Ashanti is expected. I'm like, where's the fucking ring? Ashanti, I'm like, you a baby mama the second time around, this nigga still ain't sure. But once I heard it was a ring, I celebrated.
They are engaged as well as expecting. So this was interesting. I actually didn't initially mean to post the actual article, Antoine. I was just going to share the tweet, but I was like, oh, well, fuck it. Let's see what Essence talking about. Mm-hmm. So they're co-owners of a company called Proov, Proov, which is helps individuals. It's like at-home testing to help individuals looking to conceive to make it happen faster, and it is not super expensive. I'm like, this is very interesting.
No, nothing about that.
Yeah, so it was featured in her pregnancy announcement video, Proov, the company was. And so I mean, I was digesting all this super quick. So just as a heads up, this will be Ashanti's first. I know, right? This is super interesting. So Proov, Proov, sounds like, something that might be actually affordable. So that's helpful. Yeah. Ashanti's first child, it's Nelly's 5th. And I think he adopted
his sister had leukemia. He adopted 2 of her kids.
Yeah. Thank you. And then this was funny in an article because they reunited in 2023 when I thought it was before that. But
I thought it was before that too.
Yeah. So I think that's probably when they made it official. Let's say that, because they peeped each other at that Versus concert. And Ashanti said, she was like, I hadn't seen him, since we broke up. She's like, it'd been like 6 years or something. She was like, I didn't know what to expect. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, I saw him walking over and his eyes was all big and shit. She was like, okay.
Listen, she was like, I don't know, like woo this, whatever. But the nigga was checking. something.
Right. But it's kind of like, I mean, yeah, nigga, what? Like, I mean? Like, anyway.
She threw some jersey in there like, say less.
I'm sure he walked up like, hey, big head.
Yeah, exactly.
So, right. And she said he went in for a hug. And she was like, honestly, it was a little bit of a surprise. And so initially, though, she was like sidestepping talks of reconciliation. She was like, look, I'm a very positive person. I'm very private. I wish him the best and all that good stuff. She was like, but it was a bunch of shit that happened, a bunch of shit that's unresolved, a lot of confusion.
Yeah.
She was like, and she's like, they hate to hear that part, right? They want to hear, what's that old thing? She was like, yeah, we need to talk about some shit. But they move forward, obviously, and he seems really. Did we show that video when he he knocked his tooth out? And
we showed it. We showed that shit.
Yes. Oh my God. So so happy for them. What's up, Karen? What's up, Trinity's mom? Hey, Mo Bay. What's up, fam? What's up, Sarah? Yeah. I was gonna say something else about these exes circling back around, but good for them.
Well, circling back around, Column said never too late to spin the block.
That's what it was. Thank you. I was looking around. I was like, somebody said something. Look, don't be letting Nelly out here give y'all a bunch of ideas. If you come and they'll come correct, okay? Don't be pussyfooting around.
Yeah.
Look, while you trying to circle the block, make sure you in a nice ride with, as Antoine would say, with some bling. Come with some carrots. Antoine said.
I mean, and it's only because they grown and they reconnected, and he done had kids already. Like, I still think she should have got that fucking ring before that pregnancy test came up positive. But these things do happen.
Right, but she don't have kids at all. He got kids. She has never had any.
That's why I felt like she should have secured that ring. I'm usually not a stickler for these kind of things at all, but it's because it's Nelly and it's Ashanti and it's her first baby and it's the second time around. It's like, yeah, get it right.
Wait, can I read? I gotta read your response. So I send this to Antoine and Danielle, and Antoine goes, "Then I'm official." I was like, "It's official." He was like, "Then I'm officially disappointed. She didn't get the ring first. The fuck?" Then he goes, "The nigga still not sure." I was like, "No, he's sure, Antoine. He's sure."
I'm looking out for y'all.
What'd you say?
I'm looking out for y'all. Cause
look, I appreciate it. You was indignant. I was like, no. It's all good.
Yeah.
Hi, Trinity's mom is Indira, everybody. I knew it was you. I just didn't know if you actually wanted to declare your real name or not. So I wasn't sure. Oh shoot, what was something else? Oh, Nadir said, this is why we want to look good, right? Every time we see an ex. On 100. Just on GP. You need to see what the fuck you messed up on.
And also, especially if you see the nigga and it's very clear there's been some growth. You want to make sure you have the option of reconnecting based on this growth. Because sometimes you see a nigga and it's like, at that point, now you just working purely off ego because you looking at the nigga, he looking bummy like he did the last time you saw him, and you looking good. At that point, your ego is just eating it up like, yeah, nigga, we okay over here.
Look, see what I'm still working with. Okay. So, yes. Okay, next up. So, Jerrod Carmichael. Remember, y'all, we talked about this race joke that he shared on part of his reality show. He showed a clip from some stand-up, blah, 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 sucking on white people's toes. I don't want to fully go into the details of it because I don't really care. But
I also don't think he said he likes sucking on white people's toes. He said, I like to put toes in my mouth. It seems like he don't care what color they are. Because it seemed like it'd be okay if they were Tyler, the Creator's toes. All I'm saying this for is because he said everybody take everything he say out of context.
You know what, Antoine? That is fair.
Yeah.
We made the jump to white people's toes because his partner is white. That's all. But you're right. He was checking for Tyler too. So fair.
Yeah.
toes of any color.
And as I stated before, people will put worse in their mouth. So I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
Enough said. Deep sigh. Hey, Dominic. Okay. So, just to clarify though, he was recently dragged on social media primarily, and Gossip said, and slow cooked.
Yeah.
Over a social media fire for a joke that he told. To make it short, he was telling jokes about liking himself to a slave while his white boyfriend teaches him to read. So Charlemagne, who we don't mess with, but he gave him donkey of the day. So Jerrod was feeling some kind of way about that and was like, I'm going to come up on here and clear the air, set my name, set everything straight. So what he said, he was like, my boyfriend, he makes me smarter. He makes me read, right? I have so many books. He was like, realistically though, he's like, I'm not going to read all those books. He said his boyfriend reads so much that it makes him feel some kind of way, right? Like, oh my God, I thought I'm used to being the smartest person in the room, but whatever. And so he's like, I sometimes joke to him that our relationship is like that of a slave and a master's son who like teaches me how to read by candlelight. Okay, I'm gonna keep going because then he also says, he was like, the thing I want to clear up is very important because you reported on it. You played a clip of my stand-up, but it started at the punchline and it like completely erased the setup of it, and I didn't like that. And actually, did you watch this clip of him on the Breakfast Club?
So I need to say, I have never seen this person speak. So sorry to this man. Every time we talk about him, I have to apologize. When I watched the clip, I loved him. I had never seen him talk. Really? I love him. Like, even though his explanation was a stretch, I will not discount the fact that that statement hits me completely different after watching the clip from the video where they show all the fucking books. And then he talks about how his boyfriend buys him books all the time and he never go read all of them, but they're tokens of like love that are just strewn through his house. And then he said, I joke with him because he buy me so many books that I like in our relationship. When I heard it that way, it was different. It slapped different for me after that.
I'll give him the hearing it out of context. I'll give him that. I just say the clip that I watched for him being on the Breakfast Club, he just kept saying, he's like, I didn't appreciate that. I didn't appreciate that. And I understood that. It was just the way he kept repeating it.
He repeated like it a lot.
He did. And I was like, okay, but you understand how it got misconstrued. 1, 2, you said a bunch of things. Right. Like you mentioned like being sexually active since you was 3 or 4, right? Like you mentioned all the partners you've had. Like there was a lot to unpack there. And I feel like the slave race joke was just, for me, that was just part of it. So there was a level of like indignation and undercurrent, I don't know, of emotion that I was catching from him in that conversation. And look, you know, I'm never trying to defend Charlamagne, like whatever. But I was just like, dude, okay, right? Like, okay, all right.
I think
his stand is funny.
I think he felt some type of way because it made, I think more than anything, he felt bad because it made it seem like his boyfriend was participating in race play. And as far as I could tell after watching the full clip, that was not what was implied. It was connected to the books, and then people took it to, you know, I like, you know, doing such and such in the bedroom is what because the clip, the one that I read from, I can't think of the girl's name who posted it, but it basically said, oh, disgusting. He engages in race play and he's a disgrace to the black community and he shouldn't have a platform. And I'm like, wow. So when I looked at it, so what I'll say is some people are not going to, if you got a black gay dude dating a white dude and then you make a joke about slavery, it's going to not be a lot of people's cup of tea just because of the messenger, because we're not going to sit here and act like other niggas do not make slave jokes during their stand-up. Now, it depends on where the white person is in the joke, but these jokes are made all the time. And as I've said before, I don't believe nobody ever really gets canceled anyway. I don't believe in canceling comedians because by the fact that they are comedians means that it is not to be taken seriously. That's why I still fuck with Dave Chappelle. Sometimes he says shit that I don't think is funny, but I don't think he should be removed from a platform because he said something that Antoine don't like. Comedians should have that latitude. So,
and I don't think anybody was actually talking about canceling him. They were just like, dude, that joke was fucking terrible. You know, we're not checking for it. So Relinda said, talk about hustling backwards. Yeah. And then also, but it was clear that his boyfriend did not like the joke. He said that. He was like, my boyfriend does not like this joke. He was like, he does not think it's funny because everybody groaned. But he was also, and Tony said, he was like, I think he repeated in the context because he and Charlamagne are supposed to be cool. He did keep saying that. He's like, you and I are friends. You and I are friends. That's why. And he felt like Charlamagne went off cocked, and didn't do his due diligence. All that was clear. It's just, he also was very clear about defending his boyfriend. He was like, I don't appreciate my boyfriend got dragged into this. Nigga, you the one who mentioned him. But again, nobody felt like any of that was coming from him. I think exactly what you said, Antoine. You're a comedian. It was a joke.
That's all he should have said.
Nobody was coming for you, dude. See, that's what I'm talking about. There's a certain level of like, I'm like, dude, okay.
He's black, and so he should understand why he got this response. And I think maybe he does. What should have been said, and this is why I say, when you a comedian, fuck these niggas. I would have went on there, I'd have said, you didn't like the joke? No, I'd have said, have you ever heard a joke from other comedians you didn't like? Yeah, I'd have said, then keep it moving. I'm a comedian that made a joke you don't like. I'm not fucking apologizing for it. I have a reality show. You go see the best of me. You go see me when I fuck up, and it's shit about me that you not go like because I am a problematic person. I have problems. So you're not going to like everything. It's not going to be pretty. It's not always going to land the way you want it to land. But know that I'm going to be authentic and I'm going to continue to be funny. So what other questions you niggas got? That is what I would have fucking said.
Yeah. Right. And that's what, a couple things. Yes, what you just said. And Neff said, let's not pretend his comedy is not centered around being shocking, sir. Which is true, right? Like that
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. That is a part of what he does. Karen, I want to get to Karen's comment. Thank you. Karen says, sorry, but I'm concerned with the mental well-being if anyone compares himself to a slave. And again, I don't even need to linger there. Again, he mentioned sexual activity since he was 3 or 4. That suggests assault, right? Like that suggests a huge problem that you might still be working through. Again, the things that you share with us, that's where I'm like, sir, you just seem like you got a lot going on.
It is a lot there. And Karen, like I said before, it ain't everybody's tea, but master-slave dynamics are a part of some people's sexual kink. People who are not slaves. White people pretend to be slaves in sexual situations with dominatrixes. And most people will be like, are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, most black people will be like, yeah, I know there's a master-slave dynamic with sexual kink, but I can't participate in it because of the history and the shit they did to my fucking ancestors. And that is perfectly normal for you to feel that way.
We can move on. I just thought it was interesting because I was like, yeah, you felt like you need to come forward and explain. So, okay, you did that. Moving on.
Yeah.
So, remember when I said rap beefs are different now? Because they are, right? So, and the rap beefs of 2024 are a whole thing, right? So, we got Drake. Sorry, we got Kendrick and Future.
Where do you start?
That's what I'm saying, because I'm like, it goes so far back. But in terms of keeping us current, right? So Kendrick, Metro Boomin, Future got a track, and there was some shots at Drake and J. Cole. J. Cole fires back first, and then J. Cole apologized. He's like, you know what? I actually don't want to be a part of it. And you know what? In hindsight, good call, J. Cole, because this got fucking messy and ridiculous.
Now it makes sense, because I'm like, nigga, why are you dipping out? Now that this is, because it's like, J. Cole, I don't believe. Now, J. Cole yes, I agree with you. It is. It got out of control, but I'm here for it.
Wait. Okay, so when we were on, I think Drake's response to Kendrick had gotten leaked. Okay.
The song?
So, yeah, when we were on last Friday, because we weren't.
Because only thing we discussed was what he said at the concert, right? That was the last thing we discussed, right?
That was when I think we talked about J. Cole's apology. That's what I'm saying. See, this shit is all over the place.
Okay,
but
go ahead.
We didn't really. Whatever. So Drake's response got leaked, but now it's called Push-Ups. Whatever. I tried to listen to it twice now. I can't get through it. But apparently, here's what I did not realize is he takes shots at a bunch of people. It's not just Kendrick. Okay. So this is relevant because enter Ricky Rozay. Okay. So let's see. Drake, Jesus Christ. Rick Ross dropped something called Champagne Moments. Okay. Actually, in that beat, I like that beat. I was like, this is what I'm talking about. Let me fuck with the beat. Lyrics, I didn't really care about, but the beat was cool. Then Rick Ross did what he does best. He jumped on IG Live, and Antoine, do you have that? I need to go turn on my air. Yeah. Do you have the video? Because it's better to hear from Rick Ross instead of me trying to say it. Yeah, so much funnier. Hold on. It's hot.
Okay. To the web. Okay, here we go.
He called his mommy on me. What? Oh, it's such a beautiful day. Me waking up from a nap, I just realized BBL Drizzy called his mommy on me. He shared their text messages between each other. Cupcake Drake, tell your mama you stayed out past your curfew, white boy. You wanted to hang at the park with the niggas, smoke weed with the niggas while we washed our old school Chevys. White boy, you got a Chevy, white boy? I doubt it. But anyway, big nose. Boy, you had 25% body fat with a carved out 6-piece. Stop. We know what time it is. That shit costs 40 bands. Stop. But tell your mama, well, in Miami, we say old girl. Tell your old girl she a beautiful lady. I told you that before, and I meant that. But you tell your mama, white boy, you stayed out at the park too late, and you can't call her when you get in this shit. This shit too deep to call your mama, white boy.
So before we respond, this was in response to Rick Ross alluded to, the speculation that Drake had a nose job. And so Drake then posted a conversation between him and his mom after Rick Ross said this.
So this is from Mom says, obs, which is hilarious. The internet is saying you got a nose job. You look the same to me in the kitchen today. I can't believe you would get one without me because I always wanted one. Emoji face, whatever. Don't tell me you got tattoos without me and now this. Sounds like she got jokes, right? Drake responds with, I would have got us a 2-for-1 deal if I went mine. It's coming from Rick Ross. The guy I did songs with, he's gone loopy off the Monjaro. Is that what it is?
That's Ozempic.
Oh, thank you. Okay, he hasn't eaten days, and it's turned him angry and racist. He's performing at proms for money. It's bad. Don't worry, we'll handle it.
I thought the fact that his mom, because this is a real exchange. The mama saying she wanted a nose job. Drake would not have put that in here if she had said that. So this was hilarious to me. Drake got jokes sometimes too, but Rick is the king of them. Rick is the king of them. Yeah.
So, and that's the thing. So I heard Rick's commentary before I saw this. I'm like, why is there a screenshot? I was like, oh, you shared this thing. It was going to be funny. Here's the thing. Everybody responded to that like, you all some white boy shit. How you going to run and tell it to your mom that? So that part by itself, everybody was clowning Drake on some dude. For real, you went, like telling to your mom, and now then you post a screenshot thinking that shit was going to be funny when it just kind of honestly, in my opinion, made you look a little more ridiculous, but that's just me. So, so since then, what else? It's a lot. Okay. Then Colin is hilarious.
Colin, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Colin said, why does Rick Ross's beard have a glory hole?
Mo, the first Drake when it came out was AI, and then Drake came out with 2 versions of actual response. So you are right. There was an AI one floating around that somebody thought was real, and then the artist who did it went on Academic's page and showed him how he made the fake one. So there is one fake one floating around.
So somebody released one saying it was Drake, but it wasn't.
Yeah, and it sounded just like a Drake song. That happened before Drake officially released anything. So
maybe then that was the leaked one then.
No, Drake had one that was leaked, and then he dropped an official one, and the lyrics are different on both of them. So there are 3 Drake disses floating around. One is AI, one was leaked, and then the last one that got sent to DJ Academics is the finalized version of Push-Ups.
I'm sorry. I got to just linger here one more time. BBL Drizzy, Cupcake Drake. Big nose. You stayed out past your curfew, white boy. Oh, you want to hang in the park with the niggas.
He got another one where he stays on theme with that. He's like, when somebody fuck with you from the streets, you always trying to take photos with your niggas. Stop it. It was like, stop it. You not real, nigga. And what was the other thing he clowned them about? Oh, he kept going. He kept making that Birdman sound. He said, your guy. It's a video where Rick. He's in. It's so petty. He's on a boat or some shit. He keep pointing. He's like, look over there. He's like, that's what Birdman house used to be. He's like, nigga, that's your friend. His house been on foreclosure for 4 years. You say you got more money than me, go drop 40, 50 on your guy for a house. I mean, they just kept, and also understand this, the root of all of this happening is them 2 fucking Metro Boomin and Future albums. We don't trust. People don't know this. It's 2 of them. It's We Don't Trust You and it's We Still Don't Trust You. The Weeknd got a verse about Drake.
But here's the thing. So, okay, wait, because now we're jumping around a little bit because I was going to mention the whole, like, him talking about you got all these bands, but your friends, house getting foreclosed upon. Because, right? Sorry. All right. So when I heard Rick's shit, I was dying. And my friend was like, no, they need to put the shit on wax. I was like, I actually don't need wax. Fuck that. This shit is hilarious to me now. Now I'm paying attention. Right now, this shit is funny. But, that article that was the last one that said Drake tells Rick Ross he should have just asked for another feature and Rozay demands apology and BBL confession is the one where they're going back and forth with each other about like who got more money and whose house costs whatever. And somebody else is like, all I see is 2 niggas with houses that I can't afford, so I can give a fuck, right? Like that part was corny. Like who cares? But to Antoine's point, which is what he was saying is like, dude, you talking all this shit about the money you got, yet you got people out here getting their shit foreclosed on. So like, what's up? The guy, that article, there's a dude from I don't know which maybe Complex. Drake has been sitting on these subliminals for a minute. So that's what all of this is in response to. Because
I disagree with him. Him and Rick Ross damn near were about to do a joint album together. And then Drake, the last time they had a slight falling out was Rick Ross, for whatever reason, unfollowed Drake. Next thing you know, Drake done flew out Rick Ross's ex-girlfriend to one of his shows. These niggas get real down and dirty when they mad at each other. Then they were talking about their jets. At one point, Rick Ross said, hey, nigga, hey, I know we got beef right now, whatever, but I just, nigga, on real, on the streets, nigga, I just want you to be safe. I think that jet is from 1968. I don't even think it got the oxygen things that fall down. So, nigga, be safe out there. And so then Drake said...
About the jet, he said, that's only for luggage. It shouldn't have humans on it.
Yeah. So then Drake came out and said, nigga, your jet is a timeshare. You get it. He said, whenever you use your jet, you get it wrapped so it look like it's yours, and then they got to take the wrap off when the next person got to use the jet.
So, well, okay, so the guy was Jordan Rose. Did you watch his? That's what I was talking about. Jordan Rose was breaking down all of this, all the beef. That's the guy I was talking about.
I didn't see that one.
Oh, so no, that's what I'm talking about. So he was the one who was basically, Drake said it's me versus everybody. He's like, yeah, because it's literally 20 motherfuckers beefing with him because he's been dropping all these subliminals for a minute. Because I was like, how the fuck the Weeknd get in it? But what I didn't realize is the Weeknd said something a while ago about I'm glad I didn't sign with OVO because it sounded like this shit is messy.
The Weeknd and Drake done had beef ever since the Weeknd didn't sign with him. So I guess for me, this is not a thing with Drake just now. You know what? And again, because I don't know the rap like everybody else does. When I looked at the timeline, it did not feel to me like Drake was just being petty and sending subliminals to everybody. It seemed like everybody had something petty to go back and forth with him. Rick Ross and Drake since they worked together for so long. That's what makes this one so funny because
no, this one is funny. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because y'all talking shit, but y'all 100% supported each other for a decade. So this probably is never go. This is not a real beef, in my opinion. Them niggas are friends. They have fallen out just like friends do from time to time. But
the clip that Jordan Rose is a writer for Complex. That's who. So he did a video and he had an article. The article's too long now because he broke down every single jab. Mm-hmm. But what his major point was, for let's say the last 5, 6, 7 years, Drake would just say certain things in his songs, it'd be mad subliminal, right? And so that's why Kendrick's verse in "We Don't Fuck With You." What's the track him and Metro Boomin got? "We Don't Trust You."
The album is "We Don't Trust You." The song that they're on, I can't remember the name of the song right now.
Whatever it is. He says, I'm done with these subliminals, right? So that's the whole thing is cats are we done with you just fucking, saying little snarky shit and nobody's really addressing it. Fuck that in 2024, motherfuckers,
It was odd to me though, because part of the reason that Drake and Rick Ross started having a falling out was, I could go right to the beginning. There were no issues until Rick Ross's artist, Meek Mill, got into a beef with Drake. That's when the camp started beefing because Rick got to support his artists. At that time, Meek was pretty much the label. That was his star artist. Still is, if I'm not mistaken. So at one point, it just kept getting worse and worse. And then Rick Ross has had a beef with Birdman, who is the head of, they got a hierarchy. It's Young Money is under Cash Money, and then it's, So that was the heart of that one. And that's when they started throwing jabs at each other. But they got over that a while ago. But yeah, what's weird though is all these tracks and these responses are because of these two fucking Future and Metro Boomin albums. Every one of these, The Weeknd's verse, Kendrick's verse, J. Cole was responding to Kendrick's verse on the song We Don't Trust You. And it's an but
Antoine, the We Don't Trust You and We Still Don't Trust You is because they were responding to Drake saying bullshit like from repeatedly. That's what I'm still blaming Drake. Fucking
I can't blame Drake for all this.
I am. I'm blaming Aubrey because you just be saying shit and everybody was letting it ride. Now motherfuckers is like, yeah, fuck that. We don't trust you and we still don't trust you. How about that?
Yeah, because now him and Future. When I heard him and Future was beefing, I'm like, I thought them niggas was in love with each other. They always get money together. It's almost like Drake replaced Rick Ross with Future at some point because they got multiple albums together too, I think. So,
sorry, we gonna move on. My bad. There's one more thing I want to mention. But Khadijah said I can't really relate to any of this. I just got jokes. So the other thing was Drake was also trolling Metro Boomin with some AI Drumline shit. So
was Metro Boomin in Drumline?
No, it's based on Dallas Austin, which is producer of Atlanta. So I think he was just equating because I looked that up again. I was like, I didn't think Drumline was about Metro Boomin.
I didn't understand that reference at all. I was like, is that Metro in the movie playing the drums? I thought that was another nigga.
It was. It's a boy with all the kids. Nick Cannon.
No, the person that was drumming wasn't Nick Cannon.
Yeah, that's it. There was a deep fake. So Drake took the time to put together and replace Nick Cannon's.
Oh God! Yeah, this is why I'm too old for this shit. I'm looking at it. I'm like, is that Metro? I'm like, Metro Boomin was in Drumline. Also, hey, y'all. So at the party, at one point, Crescent is like, "Can you tell the DJ to bring it back up again? Because it went down." And I said, Crescent, this is Jason Weaver, the voice of the Lion King. He's a Chicago home jam. I'm like, they will fight you over Jason Weaver. And my point was this.
Go ahead.
So Chicago is really big about supporting local artists. They play a lot of local music that never leaves the area. And so it was funny because I own Jason Weaver's first album. It is a good album. He can sing his ass off, but he never really got put on. Jason Weaver was in Drumline because he's an actor as well. But it was funny. I had never heard. It's called Love Ambition. I had never heard that at a party or anything. The next day at the hotel we were staying at down the street, we go to have drinks around 1:00. It's a stepper set going on, and they playing Jason Weaver again. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I told Craig. These home jams be taking over the party.
It wasn't that it was Jason Weaver. That was an issue. First of all, we finally had gotten like a decent number of people to be dancing, okay? So it was up-tempo. Then out of nowhere, he decided to switch to slow shit. And so it wasn't just one slow, it was like 5 or 6. And I was like, it's too early in the evening for us to be moving in this direction. I am confused. Right? We out here. We trying to shake a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Antoine. I said, and now I feel like certain men DJs be hating on motherfucking Beyonce. I'm like, can I get one track, motherfucking Cowboy Carter eating up all? And I'm not even saying it's gotta be from that album. It could have been from anything. So Antoine was like, if I hear Get Me Body, that's what I'm gonna sweat, right? So that's what I went and requested, okay? And then when it finally played it, I couldn't find your ass. And I was just see.
I was outside dealing with some low vibrational nigga antics, and I missed my fucking Beyonce moment at my party.
I'm literally running around the room looking for you.
I was outside, low vibrational, the lowest.
Oh, Jesus.
When these niggas get mad at each other and they start speaking street slang, this sound like Mandarin Chinese to me. It be a different fucking language. It's a different language that I don't understand, but you can feel the aggression.
Yeah. Mind you, when I went up there, and I already know I don't be rolling up on DJs no more because I know they be sensitive about their fucking playlists. So whatever the fuck. Very. So I'm respectful of that. And I was like, hey, he just gave me a look, and I was like, I'm here on behalf of one of the birthday boys, okay? So it ain't just for me. Still gave me some side eye. I was like, nigga, I'm bored. Fucking turn it back up. But whatever. So Dion with me. Dion was like, man, that dude slowed the ish all the way down. Some bull. Thank you, Dion. Thank you.
He redeemed himself. He played at one point, because when me and Dion were at the Teak House, our fraternity house in college, we always had, our parties were always the most lit, because part of the reason was I was the urban music director at the radio station, so when anything new came, I had the vinyl. The other houses didn't have the music repertoire that we had. But he played a set that could have came from one of the Teak parties. We all got down to that.
Yeah. But then he was playing okay, there were certain things though that he didn't let the next verse happen. I'm like, nigga, you cutting it off at the best part.
He was one of those DJs, because right when your part, he would play a verse, and right when your part, it's either the pre-chorus or the chorus or the rap verse that's in the middle. Like, because what I hate it when people don't play Left Eye's verse from You Know What's Up by Donnell Jones. I'm like, that's half the song for me, Left Eye's verse on it. But he would go through 7 songs in a minute.
Dude, God help me. There was one verse that I was trying to think of that whenever it plays, everybody knows it. Everybody loses their shit. It was one of those, like, it was like right about to hit, and he was like,
he skipped right over it.
My God. Anyway, sorry, let me focus. Okay, so I'm gonna finish this because the Metro Boomin shit was also funny. So he posted a deep fake of Metro Boomin as Nick Cannon in Drumline. However, Metro Boomin was not in motherfucking Drumline, okay? And I think Drumline is based on Dallas Austin. Yeah, in fact,
you're completely right about that. That's 100% true.
Right. So then Drake says, referencing one of his lines from the Push-Ups, Metro, shut your whole ass up and make some drums, nigga. So that's what that deep fake was about.
Oh, now I get it.
See, there you go. So then Metro at Coachella played it's like that. That's the name of the Drake diss. That's
that's it. Yep.
Yeah. So he did play that at Coachella. So okay. Then Drake hired a Drumline to perform outside ATL's Magic City, which, if y'all know, is ATL's premier strip club. Okay. So then, because Drake is a petty man, okay, just like Ross, but I feel like Drake's petty lands different for me. But anyway, then Drake posted a Spanish version of the lyrics, Metro, shut your whole ass up, complete with dancers dancing to that beat. So that's where we are.
I think it's very clear you don't like Drake and Cynthia Erivo. I think it's very clear.
But I used to like Drake. I used to like Drake a lot. I just don't, this new Drake, I don't like this new Drake. This is old Drake. I do. Really a lot.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I was mad. I was mad the Weeknd got involved.
I was like, how the Weeknd in this?
I was so mad the Weeknd. I'm like, the Weeknd ain't supposed to be in no shit like this.
This is nutty. Also, Antoine, I thought you was really gonna get a kick out of Rick Ross clowning him with the abs.
Yeah.
Because we talk about him being knifed up, okay?
I wish I had the picture, because do y'all remember the picture when Drake was on the boat with the fake abs? Yo, I gotta pull it up. I'm sorry.
It's one of the articles. Look for it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. While you're looking for that, I'm gonna mention this other shit. So the Library of Congress selects 20. Oh, sorry. Let me read the headline. B.I.G, Dougie Fresh, Slick Rick, and more joined the 2024 National Recording Registry. So Library of Congress selects 25 titles each year that are at least 10 years old and are culturally, historically, and aesthetically significant. So Biggie's Ready to Die was included as one of several debut projects. Also, Juicy and Big Papa regarding cultural significance in hip hop and record-breaking numbers on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. Then Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick's single La Di Da La Di Da La Da Di Da Di Da Da. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Was another landmark recording, recognized for its place in music history as one of the most sampled records of all time.
Your Honor, I present Exhibit A. This nigga been lipo the fuck out of. That is a lipo job. And I remember I saw this picture. I'm like, you are not toned in this picture. I'm like, you need to do some more work. You need to work on it. When I saw this, I was so shocked he posted this on purpose. You need to work on the chest, the arms, and, you know, you clearly got your abdomen lipo. It would have looked good, because I've seen one after this where it looks good. You know, the work had settled. He did some work. He was a little stockier. But, yeah, I'm being shady as fuck. I couldn't have, we couldn't have finished the show without displaying this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me put. Let's get out of that. Let's.
Okay, so like I said, Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick was another landmark recording, recognized for its place in music history as one of the most sampled recordings of all time. Also, Bobby McFerrin's "Don't Worry, Be Happy" from 1988 joined the registry for its critical acclaim and reach across past and current generations. And then Column said that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was added as well. I'm like, they took a minute to add that one. Shit, that's been in circulation for a long time. So that's cool.
It is.
Okay. Moving on to the women's. So obviously we talked a lot about the March Madness women's playoffs and Caitlin Clark and Dawn Staley and like having an undefeated season. So before I get to what Gayle King did, which was annoying. So since South Carolina, Dawn's team won, which again, a completely undefeated season. That shit don't happen. It's also her third title. Big motherfucking deal. Really though, like headlines, there's been a lot of Caitlin. Like that fucking Marsha. Like literally, it has been like Caitlin's ass was on SNL. Again, nobody's hating on Caitlin. Motherfuckers recognize that Caitlin is an amazing basketball player. Okay, broke mad records. But Dawn did some big shit too. So the coverage has not been even. Okay. Given that, Gayle was interviewing Dawn and she says, the talk. She's like, we're a little nervous there because, we were all rooting for Iowa. Bitch, who?
I'll play it for everybody. We got it right here queued up.
People, you've got their hearts. Was there ever a point where you were worried during the game?
I wasn't ever worried during the game. I know.
Oh, I'm sorry. That wasn't from the beginning. My bad. My bad. Here we go.
I'm so happy. The game was such a good game. It was so close at times. And in the end, you guys pulled it out. But was there ever a point during the game when you were worried?
Did we hear her say it?
We were all cheering for Iowa, of course, and Caitlin Clark. But
so go back a few minutes. Not a few minutes, just a few seconds right there.
Because I got worried. We were all cheering for Iowa, of course, and Caitlin Clark. But for so many people, you've got their hearts.
So before you go into this, here's again, it's the sports, but I felt like people blew this out of proportion. To me, it sounded like she was being democratic, saying we were all rooting for Iowa. To me, here's how I'll say it. To me, it was no different from somebody saying we were all rooting for the Celtics and Kobe, like just equating the main player of the other team with the team. And people took it to mean she was saying we were rooting. It felt to me like she was a sportscaster saying everybody was rooting for both sides. It was close. And and then she asked her a question. Why do people think that meant Gayle automatically was rooting for the other team?
Because that is literally what she said. Because that's what I heard her say. We were all rooting for Iowa, Caitlin, and then she kept going.
She said Iowa and Caitlin. Do you get what I'm saying? Is it possible? If I'm in Chicago and it's a reporter. Hey, it was a close game. You came out on top. It was so close. We were all rooting for Michael and the Celtics. Michael Jordan is the Bulls. Half the people were rooting for the Bulls and the other ones rooting for the other one. Now, who was playing in the actual game? Maybe I'm missing something because I'm not into the sports.
Caitlin is on Iowa's team. She didn't say we were rooting for South Carolina and we're rooting for Caitlin separately. I understand what you're saying. That's not what she said. Caitlin plays for Iowa. So she was like, we were rooting for Iowa and Caitlin, which is, they're together. They go together. Iowa and Caitlin go together.
See, because this the sports, y'all. This why I qualify my comments. I don't be knowing what I'm fucking talking about. I need context. I don't be knowing.
Dawn's team is South Carolina, Gamecocks.
Okay. Got it. So she didn't even mention them when she said it. She just mentioned Caitlin and her team. Okay, now I get it. I'm sorry, girl. Now I get it.
So that's why she says that, we were all rooting for Iowa and Caitlin.
Okay, I got you.
Dawn pauses before she motherfucking responds.
She sure did. She definitely paused before she answered.
Because, girl, Kill, seriously?
It's disrespect. It's disrespectful.
Like, full disrespect. Like, Gayle, come on. Here's the thing. Even if that were true, why are you going to say that to her like that? I keep saying all these names are coming together now. Dawn had an undefeated season. That is so fucking rare. And it's her third national title. And all her starters left. She was working with a whole new fucking set of starters. Like, it was so disrespectful. Weird. And that's the thing.
It wasn't it can't be a brain fart because she said Caitlin after it. Had she said one or the other, you might be able to say it was a brain fart. But she said Caitlin and her team's name, so she knew what she was saying.
But this is the thing that's been, look, those of us with some melanin have noticed, because even at the end of the game, you could tell ESPN and other motherfuckers were like, oh shit, we was all making on Iowa winning. This is what I'm saying. Like, look, wow. Caitlin, to her credit, seems like actually like a lovely person. Okay. Yeah. It is not her fault that she is white and Iowa is a very white place. And we have the racial dynamics that we have currently in this country. That is not Caitlin's fault. But you got people on this whole great white hope shit. And so they are running with it. And it is exhausting and it is annoying because in the terms of them running with it so aggressively, they are downplaying what the fuck Dawn did. And that shit is disrespectful. So now when you got a black woman in this space, in this space, who's like, I mean, like we were all rooting for Iowa and Caitlin. Who the fuck is we all? Dawn certainly wasn't.
Yeah. Why do y'all think that? You would think Gayle would get that right. Is there any like? I don't want because I want to call it a mistake. But I don't know. Because look. Here's the thing. You put my black ass out there with a microphone, I'ma say the wrong name of the team. I'ma think. Look, so this is her job, though, and she does this professionally. I want somebody to ask Gayle why that happened.
Well, someone on the Twitters mentioned that Gayle moves in a different universe of people, right? Her and Oprah are not amongst the people. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like Gayle is closer to the people in reality than the other one is
I think she just showed that she's not. How about that?
Yeah, that's weird. I have the things of their salaries. Let me know when you're ready to go into that.
Yeah, I want to move to that because, but just, I think Dion said it. A couple people have said it. Colin said the bias was deeper and far more insidious than what's been confined to on-air personalities. And Dion said, I'll repeat, South Carolina is the most disrespected, undefeated championship team I've ever seen. Like it is really been a whole nother level to see it play out the way it has in terms of who's getting a certain type of accolades. Like last year they pulled this shit, right? Iowa didn't win, but Joe Biden was like, oh, let's invite both teams to the White House. No.
That was weird.
Right. And I mean, that was LSU, but again, a mainly all black squad, okay, against the all white squad. Like, oh, let's have everybody come. No, we don't do participation trophies once you get in the real world. That's for them. No, we don't do that. Shit was fucked up.
Yeah, I've been trying to understand why the black lady didn't get it right since everybody else been disrespectful. But it sounds like y'all saying she just falling in line with everybody else at the networks and ignoring the fucking accolades of this team and its coach. That's terrible.
Some bullshit. Also, just to be clear, GAYLE and Oprah were also the two who got really pissed off that the youngers were calling them aunties. This was like a couple years ago, but I'm just as a note, okay?
they are literally the epitome of auntie.
Rich auntie at that, but it's cool.
Yeah, they are aunties.
Yeah. My point is, they took offense to that. So I'm like, I'm sorry. Culturally, or y'all just like we just don't do black things like that no more. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Do you? Okay.
See, Bilal was trying to throw a line. That's what I was trying to say. Maybe GAYLE just stupid as fuck when it comes to sports, like I am, and just forgot. But she's a consummate professional, so she ain't finna go out there not knowing what the fuck she's talking about. So she said it, she's standing in it. Yeah.
A whole morning show every single motherfucking day getting big checks, okay? We still trying to get to our checks. But, and you're not, like you said, the sports ball. Anyway, Beyonce did send Dawn like one of those lovely, huge, amazing $3,000 bouquets because Beyonce know what's up. And she sent us some merch. So there we go. But yeah, let's talk about these WNBA player salaries. Shit, I was trying to find a tweet from Jemele Hill, which is awesome.
Who you want me to pull up first?
You can pull up Caitlin's because Caitlin, again, amazing fucking basketball player. She went first round, which everybody assumed was going to happen. She's going to Indiana Fever, and her rookie contract for 4 years is $338,056. Right. So this year, 2024, it's 76,000. 2025 is 78. 2026 is 85,000. 2027, it's 97, and that's an option. Okay, then let's go to Angel Reese.
Nigga, I made that in a year. What the fuck is going on here? This girl on TV and everything. The fuck?
Okay, so then Angel Reese went 7th in the round. In the draft. She went 7th round. So she's making 2024, 73,000, 2025, 74,000, 2026, 82,000, and then 2027, which is the option, is 93,000. So they're similar, right?
Yeah. At least stay close. At least this ain't no. At least we're not seeing no real colorism in the pay right here. So shit.
No. So and I just want to say, Angel's going to Chicago. By the way, also one of Dawn's teammates. One of Dawn's players is also going to Chicago as well, Chicago Sky. So a couple things before I get into some of this other shit. In 2023, the projected salary for the top overall rookie pick in the NBA draft was valued at $10.1 million. Okay. And then for the 7th round slot, it was like $5 million. So that's the NBA. Okay. Here's the interesting thing. If I can find a tweet from Jemele Hill, I want to read it out loud because she breaks all this down. She was like, first of all, y'all just now realizing the WNBA does not get anywhere close to the same amount of money. And there's a lot of factors at play in that. There's been over 50 years of investment in the NBA in terms of marketing and like all this shit. Okay, Bilal, we're not going to be talking about Caitlin's looks, okay?
No comment on that one. Sorry I posted that.
That's what we not gonna do.
Yeah.
But someone else pointed out that the fact that, again, clearly Caitlin is, everybody's checking for Caitlin. We've already established that. So some people are like, wait, how come this white woman ain't getting paid? They think she should be getting paid. So it's like her salary in particular is like, cats are like, oh my God. Because again, these have been the salaries. In fact, they're probably like a little bit better. Also remember, Brittany Griner was in motherfucking Russia because she was trying to get more money in the offseason playing with these motherfuckers. That's the only reason why she was even over there.
And this idea that, oh my God, it's egregious. They deserve more. Yeah, they deserve more, but I guarantee every nigga that went on Twitter and complained about their pay has never been to a WNBA game. If you want their pay to go up, buy their shoes, buy their jerseys, pay to go see the games. If people should, moms should, it should be an outing where moms take all the girls that are at the schools, take them to these games, because I remember at one point, and look, because this is where it intersected into Antoine territory. I remember I saw in the news, it was like, they said, fuck it, we finna straight up just start trying to recruit lesbians to come. Bring y'all asses here. Lesbians, you are welcome at WNBA games. They had a separate marketing campaign. So, yeah, I think here's what I'm hoping happens. I'm hoping that the energy that these women, the coaches, Caitlin, Angel, I hope this newfound energy and excitement that's surrounding how they play translates into those same people having the same level of excitement for them when they're on these other teams. It just seems like when women play college sports, people seem to be more particular because they have a connection with the college. But once they move to other teams, since the WNBA just is at nowhere near on the financial level as the NBA, I think that interest gets lost. And that's unfortunate. So hopefully they create a change. And then if they're still in the league, then they can renegotiate once they can say, hey, this team is making millions more in revenue every year because we brought that energy, and they should be able to renegotiate their contracts. So we'll see.
I'm trying to find, there's a tweet that I was trying to find from Jamel Hill who spells this out. I think this is one of them. Okay, so a couple things. One, Russell Wilson weighed in. He was like, these ladies deserve so much more, praying for the day. And also Biden weighed in as well. He was, and he didn't actually say any player by name, but he said, women in sports continue to push new boundaries and inspire us all. But right now we're seeing that even if you're the best, women are not paid their fair share. It's time that we give our daughters the same opportunities as our sons and ensure women are paid what they deserve. First of all, thank you, President Biden. And while y'all out here hating on this man, I don't give a fuck how old he is. He's out here doing the things presidents and doing the same things presidents are supposed to say and do. Okay. Meanwhile, orange asshole is sitting here in court falling asleep. But I'm gonna circle back to that.
But he didn't he go to KFC or some shit? Where did he go? What niggas was like fawning over? Chick-fil-A. Yeah, girl, he understand the people. He understand.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was Trump.
What Biden? I ain't seen Biden in no KFC. What the fuck is up with that?
And you bet not. And I bet not, okay? Do not take your ass.
It's so insulting that you go to a chicken spot and you got niggas fawning all over you. Like, where's the loyalty at? Like, come on.
No, I mean, they were paid. They were organized by this black woman conservative who used to work for Candace Owens. So be clear. Okay. But I want to focus. So also I want to note, Caitlin and Angel will be getting all their money though, NILs. So name, image, likeness. So Reese, Angel has an NIL valuation of 1.8 million and Caitlin has a NIL valuation of 3.4 million for brand deals and sponsorships. So they get in their paper, it's just not in their actual salaries like the NBA players do. Because the NBA players get their $10 million salaries and their brand deals and endorsements and NILs.
But we don't call it. Do we still call it NIL even if we still call it NIL when we're referring to people who are in the NBA or the NFL? Okay.
The article did. I hear what you're saying, but I mean the article did.
The only reason I asked that is because I would think that once they start playing and they will have additional, I would think your contract is bigger when you're in a professional league than when you're playing for college, especially since this NIL stuff is new for college. So hopefully the brand deals with these women will draw more attention to the WNBA games and result in everybody getting higher pay. That might be my little sports thing that I get into. I start watching and going to the WNBA games because it's not as much history there, easy for me to jump into.
Sorry, Bilal, you don't have to watch. We'll go watch. It's fine. You can watch. You don't have to watch them. Ain't nobody gonna force you to watch them. Okay, anyway, I found Jamel. So, okay, Jamel said, look, I'm already annoyed by this conversation because for years, WNBA players have fought for more money. And when they were outspoken, so many of y'all told them to shut up or reminded them that they had no value. The NBA has had 50 plus years of investment, media coverage. And after 27 years, the WNBA will not be the current NBA. So stop comparing them. Further context. She said the salary is for 4 months of basketball, so 40 games. She said players also receive a free apartment plus a car. That doesn't make the salaries acceptable, but now you know why so many women's players play overseas to boost or supplement their income. Weaponizing this information against the WNBA players is another form of misogyny. These women have been dreaming of playing professionally in front of American audiences for their whole lives. Instead of clowning and reminding them of what they're not, buy the merchandise, go to the games, watch the games on TV. She's like, it's very easy to criticize, and most of y'all couldn't get paid to compete at anything. I know that's right.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Oh no, Jamel coming with bars.
And sassy with the response.
Jamel comes with bars. Yeah. Also, and this is one more tweet she had. She had a bunch because she was responding to this like all the last couple of days. She said, "It's a reflection of the NBA being continuously invested in for 50 years. If we judge the NBA by some of the same standards in which some of you are judging the WNBA, the NBA would have never made it." She's like, also never forget, it took federal legislation for women to have equal access to sports opportunities. Okay. Men have largely been the gatekeepers for money, resources, and investment that women receive. Hence why it is hilarious to see men say with a straight face, the reason why the WNBA isn't more successful is because of women.
That's not true at all.
That's what she's getting at. Exactly.
That's not, I mean, they just proved that the interest is there. You had these players that play at a different level, and that's always going to attract people. And it's something new. It's the dynamic is different because it is women, but it is the same game. It's something. It's a fresh and new version of what people have been used to, and hopefully people start respecting it more because it's not fair that they have to go and practice and work just as hard and they don't get the same pay, regardless of what the interest is. And it's just, I mean, it's an age-old story.
But I mean, again, that was the whole big thing about what Caitlin and Angel Reese and this latest crop of like college women basketball players has done for the game. Like people are tuning in. They had the highest ratings. The women's games did. So it is a new dawn. It is a new era. Like, let's just see where we go from here.
Yeah. A lot of it is the equivalent. You know, you have people, they complain about their local schools and shit, but don't know who the fuck the superintendent is. You know, you complain about all kinds of local shit and you don't vote in local elections. It's like you're complaining about something where you could affect some sort of change. So, yeah, all these niggas that's talking about they pay as low, go buy some fucking tickets.
I wanted to highlight. So Colin said, can we show the same energy towards public school teacher salaries? Preach. And then, and Tony said, the teacher's salary should be starting at $100K. I know that's right because one time when I used to substitute, I was like, these teachers do not make enough money. Yes, and loan forgiveness. Okay, so we wrapping this up because we're at the hour mark. So last topic is Trump on trial. So the first 7 jurors were picked as his election interference / campaign finance / hush money trial is getting underway. So they have 7. They need 5 more jurors for a total of 12. And then they're going to have 6 alternates. So that's why they need 11 more. I will say this. I was surprised they actually even got to the 7.
I did not expect them to have 7 by now. I'm shocked.
And I was like, I mean, they kept saying like, oh, we're going to get this in a week or 2 weeks. I was like, are y'all? But hey, Judge Marchand is not playing. He's like, we moving this along. So more than half of the initial 96 potential jurors were almost immediately excused after they said they could not be fair or impartial. Dude, can you imagine? Like, I kept imagining myself in the jury pool being like, so if you combing through my social media, you don't need to, because I'm gonna tell you right now, he's a criminal, he's guilty, fuck him. I would have said it to his face, because that's the other thing too, is he's sitting there, right? And so that was the other part. One of the reporters interviewed one of the women who came out. She was like, yeah, it was a little weird, it was a little unnerving that he's just like sitting right there. And the judge, so they're reading these negative social media posts out loud. And the judge did apologize. He was like,
wow.
Right. Like, and so one of them was, wait, hold on. So Judge Marchand agreed to dismiss a middle-aged man who worked at Land's End. So this is what his social media post said. I don't even know how long ago it was, because Trump's team in particular was combing through, they got paid somebody to do it. Good news. Trump lost his court battle on his unlawful travel ban. Okay, so it was when Trump was in office. Mm-hmm. And then later read, get him out and lock him up. So the judge was like, yeah, I don't think I can allow this juror to remain.
What's funny is unless they watched our show, nobody would know how I feel about this man because I've never posted publicly about that kind of stuff. So
I'm sorry. I'd be ranting.
You would have had a what do they call it? I would have had a plant.
A sleeper, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a sleeper agent. Yeah, a sleeper agent. Because I would have said, no, I can be impartial. I really don't speak on these things publicly on platform.
I'm sorry, though, Antoine, your association with me, it wouldn't have. They be like, you may not have a cosign, but you were sitting there while she was going off on that orange asshole. So
you're friends with her? Oh my God, absolutely not.
By association, you gotta kick you out too. So then they showed another tweet from this guy, or social media post, I don't know what it was on, where it was a meme of a side-by-side photo with Trump and Barack Obama, and it said, I don't think this is what they meant by orange is the new black. So, like, I think he got pushed out too.
I mean, it's got to be hard. I mean, what person in America, like, because it's still amazing to me is you got people that, like, you got independents that are like, I still don't know who I like or who I'm going to vote for. Like, even if you don't like either one of them, it should be very clear which one of them you go support over the other one. So, yeah, I find it amazing that there are people that are still like, oh, I don't know, or I could, No,
Antoine, that's the thing. It's like, and again, I have to check myself because I'm like, there are people who don't pay attention to this shit. They really do not. Right. And so they have found those people that are like, oh, I kind of know, or yes, of course I know of him. He was president. So like, motherfuckers are going to know of him, but they're not paying close attention to all of this, swirling criminal behavior and whatever.
It just seems like it'd be forced on everybody, whether you want to participate. They're everywhere. They're photos. You can't turn the news on. You turn the radio on. They're there. You listen to podcasts. Every podcast mentions these people. Like, it's just literally everywhere.
I have noticed if I don't have MSNBC on, I don't catch a lot of stuff. If I don't have MSNBC on and I'm not on Twitter, I don't see shit. So, right. So you have people who don't have social media accounts. You have people who are not checking for news. They're like, I watch cooking shows or, like whatever. There was one young lady apparently who was like, no, I was posted up at a friend's like lake house and didn't have Wi-Fi for like 2 months. So there's a bunch of stuff that I'm just not up on. Stephen Colbert was like, please take me to your magical place. I want to be there.
Because I read too much. Even if I'm just trying to, even if you just go to Gossip every day, you're going to get information about.
That's you, right? Like that's you actively going.
Yeah, I read too much. I read too much online to be impartial because the shit just be, it's forced on you no matter where you go.
So also he apparently fell asleep Monday and Tuesday. So while y'all out here talking about Sleepy Joe, what somebody in the chat said, Karen said Don Snorleone, Snorleone. Helen said Bozo the Clown. Yeah, he been getting mad jokes. Jimmy Kimmel opened his monologue, I think on maybe Tuesday. He said, calling another stormy day in New York in the new episode of The Orange People's Court, starring Donald J. Trump.
Orange People's Court, that's genius.
He said, starring Donald J. Trump as the defendant in his first of many criminal trials to come. We have a lot to look forward to. Then he also mocked him about, he said, only Donald Trump would complain about being under a gag order while violating that very gag order. I know that's right. And then about him falling asleep, he said he's very sleepy. Is it possible his lawyers are tranquilizing him to keep his outbursts at a minimum?
Oh, you know what? God.
It is entirely possible. Karen said she hasn't had TV for over a decade. I have to seek out my news and she misses things. This is what I'm saying. Like some people just do not. Yeah. I just want to, because Jimmy Kimmel, of course, was going in. So Donald Trump decided to get on Truth Social and talk a bunch of shit, but who cares? He does that. And then also Truth Social is losing money by the minute. Like it's down another like 14% or something.
Yeah, it's never been profitable. It's a money pit.
Yeah. So this whole like taking it public was just some bullshit. Oh, here it is. Oh wait, where'd it go? Okay, wait. So right. So suffered Steve lost. So shares rising about $79 on the first day of trading, settled by 62. Now I think they're like about $23. And so Jimmy Kimmel was like, they're down 70% since it went public a couple weeks ago. If you bought Trump stock 2 weeks ago, and shame on you, if you did, you lost half your money. But if you hold on to it for just a little bit longer, you might be able to lose all of it. Ta-da! I love Jimmy Kimmel.
I wonder what that means for that platform at some point. You just, who's going to keep point? Is it going to disappear at some point?
They keep propping it up. There is it literally, it is like a cult. They had somebody on MSNBC that was quoted saying if the mainstream media, if the Democrats weren't, going so hell bent on like taking him out, it would be fine. And I'm just going to hold on to it and trust God that it's going to work out. Like, this is his people. They don't fucking care.
That has nothing to do with the success. Cause it's almost like, cause a fan base is only going to go so far.
Cult.
Yeah.
Antoine.
So yeah, they're only going to go so far. When it gets to a point where they have to spend time and money on something, when there are other viable outlets out there, it's like, why would you pour all your eggs into a Truth Social basket when the majority of your friends are not on there and they're on some other platform like Instagram or Facebook?
Cult.
Yeah.
Jonestown. They in. But
that's what I'm saying. That only takes you so far. If everybody who claims to be a Trump supporter was on Truth Social, we wouldn't be having this conversation. It would be thriving. I think a lot of them just ain't taking it that far. It's like, I'll vote for you and argue it at Thanksgiving, but I ain't going on your shitty ass fucking social platform. That's too far.
Oh, Bilal said he purchased a tea that calms him down when he's squirrely. That's okay. Well, that's good.
What's the one that's they got sleepy time in the I'm thinking a Smooth Move. That's the one you use for your stomach, right? They got one for everything.
It is. We are wrapping up. It is 11 minutes past the hour.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We back on Friday.
Yes. I think I'll be at 100% again on Friday because now that the party is over with, I can get my fucking life back.
As I yawn.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm tired. Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Thanks for watching. Oh, like the video. Damn it, like it before you leave.
Yeah. It's 10. Yeah, it's 15 in here and only 10 likes. So five you niggas didn't like it. Okay, we'll see y'all on Friday. Toodles.